Wholesaling regulation is here in the United States of America regarding licensing and regulation around whether or not you can wholesale in a particular state or city in America. One of the cities we discussed on this channel was Philadelphia. So Philadelphia is in the state of Pennsylvania. The whole state of Pennsylvania, they're good, but the city of Philadelphia requires a license in order to wholesale real estate. Recently, I came across one of their official government website page where homeowners can put in their information in order to not get advertisements or marketing from wholesaling companies. And I think this is fairly recent in the city of Philadelphia because of course they required licensing since around this time last year, but they now have this new page where homeowners can actually fill in their data, put in their name, put in their address, and it's kind of like a do not call list, but specifically for wholesalers. And I just want to show you all this page and my thoughts on it because I think this type of website and page is going to come across more and more counties' websites and even like governmental state official websites. So before we go on, there's one thing I want to ask from you all. If you all can hit that subscribe button. So many of you all watch my videos but are not subscribed. So why not just hit that subscribe button? You know, you're watching this video and you're not subscribed. Just hit that subscribe button down below. All right, first let me just do a quick overview about the wholesaling law and regulation in the city of Philadelphia. So this regulation and laws came about from realtors in Philadelphia, and they were saying that homeowners were getting taken advantage of by us wholesalers and just by other people just trying to get the bare minimum for property owner's house. And they wanted to stop that. But in reality, I think it was just more of a jealousy thing or more of a competition thing because wholesaling is done across all cities in America. And they just wanted to have a head and advantage over wholesaling so they can be able to take down properties and market it on the MLS themselves. But overall, the bill that was passed did help homeowners in a way, just help for more transparency, honesty, and just full disclosure on the part of a wholesaler to the seller, which I completely agree with. So what does this bill require? Number one, this license does not require you to take a test or anything. So all you have to do is pay an application fee of $200 and you can get your license. But on top of that, you need to get insurance for your wholesaling business. So you need proof of insurance. Number two, you need your name and address from a real address and a real person. It can't be under your LLC. And also you need a criminal background check. So those are the four main requirements for getting your license in the city of Philadelphia. Another thing about this law that came into the city of Philadelphia is that there are much stricter rules. If a wholesaler is wholesaling properties without having a license, there are some punishments associated with that. Just reading here from this article, it says any violation of this law will be a class 3 offense and the wholesaler would be subject to fines. Homeowners who sold their homes through unlicensed wholesalers would have new options to save their home. So on top of receiving fees, maybe even getting some time behind bars or some sort of legal ramification for wholesaling without a license, that homeowner can get their property back in some situations. So now I'm actually going to share my screen with you all and show like the application page where you can go if you want, if you're in the city of Philadelphia and you want to wholesale real estate, just how it looks and how simple and easy it is to use. I'm also going to show you all the next page of the do not solicit form page where homeowners can put in their information in order to not get any solicitation from wholesalers. All right, so now I am on the City of Philadelphia governmental page where they have their different services and other things like that. And so this page is get a residential property wholesaler license. So essentially this is the page. If you're a wholesaler, if you have a wholesale company, you have to go here in order to get a license. And they have these few bullet points right here where it says you're not required to get this license if you're a public official or employee acting in your official duties. So sometimes let's say you're a property assessor for the city or you do some sort of insurance work for the city, you don't need a license. Obviously, if you're an attorney, real estate agent, or realtor, and you already have a license, you don't need to get this license on top of the license you already have. And then buyer who intends to rent the property, basically landlords and investors who buy properties and make improvements. So people who flip properties, they don't need to have a license, or landlords. So it makes it kind of interesting because like I can say, hey, I am buying this property to rent it out, But if I want to wholesale it, I would need a license to do that. So it can kind of get tricky because, like, let's say you do get a house initially wanted to rent out, but for some reason the numbers just didn't work out. There's a bunch of problems, and so you just want to wholesale it. You have to go through the process of getting your wholesale license. But according to this, it seems fairly simple. So this is right here. It says if the name on the commercial activity license is not an individual, you must provide the name and contact information for the responsible person. So essentially saying you can't put it under an LLC. You have to put it under someone's name. You have an application, and you must provide certification of insurance that includes the minimum amount, general liability insurance, $1 million per occurrence. So you need insurance, you need to buy this license, application, you need criminal history background check. Yeah, so you just go on here, you apply online, you can go in person, and the fee is $200 for that. And I think you have to renew it yearly. Not 100% sure, but I believe I read somewhere it was yearly. So now I'm going to go over to the next page where it talked about where homeowners can go into to sign up for unsolicited offers on your home. And this website was just updated in the month of February 2022. So I thought this was interesting. This just added a new layer to the law that they already have. And I think you're going to see that more and more with more states and regulation, that people are going to add different pages like this. So here, the do not solicit homeowner protection law requires licensing and regulation of wholesalers and their agents, and it also prohibits from them soliciting homeowners who have told their real estate broker, agent, or wholesaler that they don't wish to be contacted about selling or renting their property. So this also covers real estate agents and brokers, not only wholesalers, and just add their name to do not solicit, because I can guarantee you a bunch of agents and brokers and realtors, they cold call as much as wholesalers. I've seen YouTube videos of real estate agents just cold calling thousands of people. So they can get just as annoyed with their calls as they do wholesalers. So solicitation includes any advertisements or requests that a homeowner lists their residential property for sale, any direct offer to purchase a residential property, advertisement for just listed or sold homes in a neighborhood. So that covers the scope of advertising that you can do. So this they're talking about marketing, the means that you contact these people. So in-person contact, telephone, mailings, digital communication, written communication presented to homeowners or placed at the homeowner's address, such as a flyer placed on a vehicle. So it covers cold calling, texting, and direct mail. But of course, if you're on PPC, there's really nothing someone can do. I mean, of course, you can be like, don't show me this ad on Google maybe, but that's why PPC is kind of good, because it's like not everyone can avoid it, right? So who can sign up? Any residential property owner in Philadelphia may join this. So being on the do not solicit list will not prevent you from selling your home or listing it real estate broker. Of course, so someone just signs their name and just do that, and then they submit their form, and they can report this to, I guess, the city of Philadelphia. Depending upon the severity of the offense, the penalty for sending an unlawful solicitation may range from a reprimand to a fine of up to $2,000. The city can take repeat offenders to court and ask the judge to impose higher penalties. So you can get a fine for $2,000 if you solicit to this type of person. So I don't know how wholesalers can find out about people who joined this list, or agents. I don't understand how an agent can look at this list and find this out. But, with cities and governments and stuff like that, a lot of things go under the rug, unnoticed, untouched, and people just move on with their lives. So we don't know with this, but I think this is very interesting. All right, you all, hope you all enjoyed this video on this regulation in Philadelphia that I talked about before on this channel, but this added layer of this new do not solicit form that was added into the regulation that Philadelphia already had. Will this add even more restrictions to wholesalers and more ways that they had to now look at this list in order not to target people? And on top of it, there's a do not call list that people sign up with. Now you have to go to that list too. Let's say you pull a list from PropStream. If you're interested in PropStream, check the link down below. You can pull a list of 1,000 people, but like let's say 400 of them on the do not call list, and then you get another 200 of them who are not on these type of lists. And so you end up with just 400 leads. So that really reduces the amount of people a wholesaler can target, can market, can talk to. So wholesalers, I think we have to find different ways to show our presence without being directly associated with these different bills and other things like that, like PPC. Like you can have a billboard that no one can avoid or something like that. I thought that was interesting. Let me know what you all think of this do not solicit website and page, and do you think it's going to happen in your city or other cities around America? All right, talk to you all later.